Hi, follow along with me while I show you how I use Procreate on my iPad to create a source for my mixed media paintings. This is just my way of doing it. There may be other ways, but let me show you what I do.
Okay, I'm going to make another source. So I've opened my Procreate. I'm going to create this canvas size that I want. Let's see, I have one here, horizontal 10 by 8. So there it is. Okay. Now the first thing I want to do is where the layers are. I'm going to go ahead and put a background color or a background color on the first layer, and I think I'm going to make it kind of sunshiny, so I'm going to put like maybe a kind of a golden color back there, like just to give it a nice brightness to it without it being white. So there we go, drag and drop. Okay, we're going to add a layer, and now we are going to go over here, click on the wrench, click on insert a photo, and let's see, is that what I want to do? I think that's what I want to do. Insert a photo. I gotta find the photo I want. Not sure where it went. Okay. Maybe it is not in photos. Maybe it's in file. So let's look on file. File? On my iPad. Nope, it's not file. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to insert this dancing horse. Now, it is, of course, it's small, so I'm going to bring it up a little. And he's going to be over here. All right, put it back over here. Let's see. Right there. Okay, so he's set for now. Okay, and then I'm going to add a layer. And then in this layer, I'm going to go get another photo. Insert photo. And this one's going to have this little dancing girl. But I think I'm going to turn her around. So I'm going to flip her. And yeah, for now that's good, because I'll be rearranging these in a minute, but I just want to get them all in here. Okay, in this layer, we're going to go back to the wrench there, and we're going to insert a photo, and it's going to be this girl playing the flute. Okay, she needs to be a little smaller. Not sure where. Let's see, maybe I'll flip her too and have her here. Like I said, these are going to get edited and rearranged, but I just wanted to share with you kind of how I start grouping them together. A lot of people do, they get a lot more elaborate with this. They do like, they'll like put the photo in and double expose it or whatever. I haven't tried it that way, but for me, what I want to do is I just want to cut them out and then create a background for each shape, so that this is really just, the source is just so that I have proportions and shapes and I have an idea of what it's going to look like. So it doesn't matter if it's the purpose is to have something, a guide. because none of it's going to look like these figures. These are just for me to have some guide as to what I want it to look like, but they're not going to look exactly like these figures. And the backgrounds aren't going to be, we're not going to keep them. It's just to give me the body positions and proportioning. Other than that, they won't end up looking like these. They may not even, they're probably not going to be wearing the same clothes or any of that. It helps me to kind of focus in on, you know, shapes, shadow, light, that kind of thing. So, all right. So then the next part is I'm going to cut them out of the background. I'm not going to necessarily show you that because that's boring. I'll cut them out of the background, and then the layers will be, I can start creating a background for the layers. Okay, so I've outlined them, so cut them out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the original layers so that I'm only left with the outline parts. Okay, and you can see how now I can move them, shape them, whatever. And I'll go back and I've got to clean up, like in here, take more of the background out and so on, and I'll do that in just a minute. I just don't want to bore you with that. So in the layers down here is the layer that I put the sunshine color in. I'm not quite sure what kind of background I want to do with this, so I'm going to play around with some things. But what I'll do is I'll click on that layer, and then I click up here, add a layer, and now I can play with this layer without it messing anything else up. So for example, I choose my brush. Let's say I want to do airbrush, and, or no, you know what? Let's do spray paints just for fun. Okay, let's do some splatter. So we got splatter paint, and the color, let's choose, let's see, how about kind of a bit of a lavender, almost like a violet, but we're going to go really light, actually. Pretty light. Okay. All right, so now what I need to do is make sure, okay, my opacity is up. All right, the size, how big do I want it? Well, let's make it pretty big. So now I'm just going to go blap, blap. And it won't go on top of these because I've clicked on the under layer. So there's just, you know, adding some interest there. Okay, now I can go in and actually add another layer. Let's add another layer. Let's change the color. Let's go with let's see, what's a good color with that? Probably a little bit of a fluorescent green, I'm thinking. Yeah, let's try that, see what we get. Okay. Oh, let's do drip. All right. So we'll go some drips. Okay. There we go. And of course, you know, when I actually do this background, it's going to be paint. It's going to be different. This is just giving me sort of an idea of where I want to go with it. All right, I'm going to add one more layer, and this time we're going to do inking. I like syrup. All right, we're going to change the color here. Go ahead and go with We'll just do some black. Okay, I need to see what my size is. That's good. Okay, and I'm just gonna maybe make some music notes. Let's make music notes. And I can like draw a circle and it'll create a perfect circle, and then I can color it in. But I feel like I'd rather just, I don't know, for now I'm just going to do them by hand. So something like that. Okay, so I've positioned them where I want them, sized them so she's a little more in the distance, and I cleaned up all of the extra outer edges of the image. Now, there are some things like the shadow in this horse, I may do it a little different, but actually I may even cover this up. That may be a little bit of an atmosphere or flowers or something that I'm going to add around the bottom. We'll see. Right now I'm just trying to get the figures the right size, because I want her to be up front. And to recolor, like I recolored her outfit so it's more of a purple color. And what I do is you do your color icon. I use the soft airbrush because it just it gives a little more of a kind of a transparent option for me, so that I can still see like where all the folds are in the fabric. So when I go to paint it, I can kind of tell where the folds are. And I just adjust my opacity here. And so anytime I'm going to color something, but I want to see what's underneath it, that's how I do it. So other than a few other things, like maybe I might experiment with putting some flowers in here or something to see how I think it'll look. This is pretty much how I put my sources together. And I'm not super detailed and accurate when I do these, because I know that when I go to paint it, there's a lot of changes that I'll make in the process. So this is, like I said, just a guide. Anyway, so I hope you got something out of this, and I will try and throw another one up as soon as I'm ready to do one. In the meantime, I'll show you in my gallery some of the other ones that I have, because I was doing my production week, and in production week I wanted to do these ravens with Edgar Allan Poe quotes from his prose poem Eureka. So these are the images, the sources that I created for that. It's not going very well. I'm going to put the video up of it. It's just not going very well. The backgrounds aren't. And I think part of it is just doing it on an 8x10 canvas or a canvas board. It's just awkward because it's so small. But also, I think I just have really crappy acrylic paint. And so when I go to do my underpaintings or my backgrounds, that acrylic paint really just isn't working. So I won't buy that brand again. But anyway, so these are how I make my sources, and I hope that you enjoyed it and got something out of it. And I will start painting this one as soon as I'm done with my production week items there, and we'll see how it turns out. So thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.